Well, I think it's absent. I have nothing to do with that other than I heard about the decision. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. It's a judge that's putting himself in the position of the President of the United States, who was elected by close to 80 million votes. And you have that. You're having more and more of that. It's a very dangerous thing for a country. And I would suspect that we're going to have to get a decision from the Supreme Court. But that's a very dangerous decision for our country. And these are people, in many cases, they don't show up for work. Nobody even knows if they exist. And a judge wants us to pay them even if they don't know they exist. If they exist. And I don't think that's going to be happening, but we'll have to see. I don't know. You have to speak to the lawyers about that.
Sir, Mr. President, did the administration actually, speaking of orders, violate Judge Boasberg's order in sending back the Venezuelan gang members and not bringing the plane back?
I don't know. You have to speak to the lawyers about that.
Are you planning to do more deportations?
I can tell you this: these were bad people. That was a bad group of, as I say, hombres. That was a bad group. When you look at them and you look at the crimes that they've committed, you take a look. You don't get any tougher. You don't get worse than that. You understand that. So. But you'd have to ask the lawyers, yeah.
Sir, there's been some criticism that the Alien Enemies Act has only been invoked 3 other times. They were all during times of war. Do you feel that you're using it appropriately right now?
Well, this is a time of war because Biden allowed millions of people, many of them criminals, many of them at the highest level. They emptied jails out. Other nations emptied their jails into the United States. That's an invasion. And these are criminals, many, many criminals. Murderers, drug dealers at the highest level, drug lords, people from mental institutions. That's an invasion. They invaded our country. So this isn't, in that sense, this is war. In many respects, it's more dangerous than war because, you know, in war they have uniforms. You know who you're shooting at. You know who you're going after. These are people that came out, they're walking our streets. We have thousands of murderers. That Biden and his incompetence, first of all, he's grossly incompetent, but that Biden and his people and his probably auto pen, it looked like we had an auto pen for a president, and we would have been better off if we had probably. But it looks to me like, you know, that's a big subject. I'm sure you won't ask about that, but the whole subject of auto pen, did he know what he was doing? Did he authorize it? Or is this somebody in an office, maybe a radical left lunatic, just signing whatever that person wants? That's not what it's all about. I never use it. I mean, we may use it as an example to send some young person a letter because it's nice, you know, we get thousands and thousands of letters and letters of support for young people, for people that aren't feeling well, etc. But to sign pardons and all of the things that he signed with an auto pen is disgraceful.
Mr. President, as markets and consumers continue reacting to tariffs, as markets and consumers react to tariffs, do you have any inclination to create exceptions or to ease up on any?
About what?
To create exceptions to the steel and aluminum tariffs.
No, I have no intention of it, no.
No. Is this your economy?
April 2nd is a liberating day for our country. We're going to be getting back some of the wealth that very, very foolish presidents gave away because they had no clue what they were doing. And April 2nd, I would have made it April 1st, but you know what April 1st is? April Fool's Day. I figured, you know, I don't like doing it, but I made it April 2nd. But it's a liberation day for our country because we're going to be getting back a lot of the wealth that we so foolishly gave up to other countries, including friend and foe. Yes, go ahead.
You've talked about the hangover from the Biden economy. Is this your economy now?
Certain things are. Certainly tariffs are, which we've already taken in billions of dollars. You know, we've taken in already billions of dollars, and we haven't even really started the program other than certain areas, certain pinpointed areas, as you know. And many billions of dollars have already come into our country. The big money is coming in on April 2nd, from April 2nd. But I will tell you what is smart. When I took it over, eggs were through the roof, and now eggs are down 35% over a short period of time. And other things, fuel, gasoline, energy is down, way down. Oil is down to $65 a barrel. It was $82 a barrel. And when energy comes down, pricing is going to come down. Prices for groceries, etc., are going to come down. So yeah, I think we're setting a good table.
Sir, on April 2nd tariffs, are you planning to do sectoral and reciprocal tariffs? Will you do sectoral tariffs too?
What are you going to do in certain cases? Well, it's going to be reciprocal. In other words, whatever they're charging, we're charging. Very simple. If they're charging us, we're charging them. It's no longer they charge us and we don't charge them. It's foolish precedents. And Biden, but others also. In all fairness, look, Biden we've ever had. He made Jimmy Carter look like a good president. But on this, a lot of other presidents were guilty also. Some very good presidents were guilty. They charge us and we charge them. Then in addition to that, on autos, on steel, on aluminum, we're going to have some additional tariffs.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
so to follow up on the Biden auto pen, are those executive orders, those pardons from the former president now null and void?
Well, I think so. It's not my decision. That'll be up to a court. But I would say that they're null and void because I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place. And somebody was using an auto pen to sign off and to give pardons to, as an example, it's just one example, but the J6 Unselect Committee. They gave, think of it, they gave pardons with an auto pen. I don't think Biden knew anything about it. And what they did is they deleted and destroyed all of the information that took them over a year to get. And the reason they did that is because the information was very incriminating about them. Like Nancy Pelosi, it was determined conclusively that she knew about 10,000 soldiers and turned it down. And if we used 500 soldiers, you would have had no problem, let alone 10,000. The young lady that said that I grabbed these powerful young Secret Service agents by the neck, okay? You know that was a big hoax, it was a lie. And she admitted it, and they deleted everything. So, you know, what they did is criminal. I think we're about to land, everybody. Okay? Have a good time. We'll see you very soon.
Are you going to the Kennedy Center tomorrow?
I am.
What will you be
I'll see you at the Kennedy Center. You know, we have to straighten it out. It's not a good situation, like everything else in this country.
Do you
But we're
worry
going to straighten it
because
out.
Vice President Vance was booed there a couple days ago that he may be driving?
And he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.